Hello, social media world. Your 8 minutes starts right now. Welcome to Alfred Gordon Lou's 8 at 8. I Today's Throwback Thursdays, and I only thought of this idea when my wife Marie told me to get out of my room, stop looking at the computer screen, and change your state. So that's why we got this, and I was lying in our bed, and wonderful Baymax was there, so he made me think about care and self-care. So I wanted to ask you guys this. On a scale of 1 to 10, please rate your self-care. Little scene from the movie Big Hero 6, if you don't know who that character is. That guy there. His name is Baymax. He's a great Disney character. And he is a healthcare professional. And no better healthcare professional than Baymax to remind us about self-care. So let's dive in. Self-care. This is something that I need a lot of a reminder for, and I got my 3 favorite self-care tips for you. Things that get me out of a funk or a rut, and that's the reason why behind this camera there is something that I use regularly behind it, and it is a wonderful mirror. And what I do with that mirror is I usually look at myself, and when I look at myself, I usually talk to myself in the mirror. And usually I have something negative to say. And I kind of think about if that person in the mirror was like another person, would I actually say it to that person? Uh, and then it takes me a while to readjust and look at that person and to see that person in the mirror and think, what would I say to this person to encourage them? What do they need to hear? So it's awesome to have a mirror that reflects yourself, and you treat it like another person's there. So that's sometimes what I do when I'm having. So what I do is usually look in the mirror just like this, and talk to yourself. You know what? You got a lot of things to be positive for. And one of the things that Marie taught me was to go back and reflect, because I don't usually do a lot of reflecting. And in the last 2 or 3 months, I've come a long way, I guess. I've changed the way I've eaten, changed my total routine and habit of when I work out, and how I exercise, what I eat, my diet, and then just work habits. Incorporating this 8 at 8 at night, and also writing my book, doing something I've never done. So these are all things that I needed to hear from her, so I can go to the mirror and tell myself this, and see if it'll embed that in my self-esteem and self-confidence. And I think that's something that you need to do for your own self-care. If it's not something that you've practiced before, just stand in front of the mirror and see what comes up. And notice if you talk poorly to yourself, or if you have something good to say, and over time stack those positive statements on there. And encourage yourself like it would be like your best friend. So that's my tip for you. Give yourself a little love. Do some positive mirror talk, just like this. Good job, mirror. The second thing is to change your state. Most of the time our shoulders are down or you're hunched over. Change your state physically. Stand like a superhero. It automatically, when you do that kind of bio hack, it changes your mind. And if you can't change your mind, go outside. We got a couple of days of sunshine before the rains come, so go and change your state, or even just get some fresh air. And that's change your physical state, change your emotional state, and go change your mental state. And if you even need to go watch a movie that either makes you cry so you can release all that emotional tension, or if you need a good laugh or a giggle, go watch some Netflix as a joke and laugh it out, and that always changes your state. And it's a great tip to kind of change your emotional state and get into a different mode. All right, and the last thing that I want to talk about is boom. We got to stop waiting for superheroes, and it's awesome that we have all these great Marvel comic heroes. We have Baymax here to remind us, but ultimately you have to be your own hero. And this is what something, that one of my mentors taught me, that you have to be your own rescue. And what that means to me is that, why would you expect anybody to treat you better than you treat yourself? That's a pretty big question. Let me say that again. Why would you expect anyone, including, your wife, your spouse, your partner, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, parents, why would you expect them to treat you better than you treat yourself? So you got to be your own rescue. You have to be able to dig yourself up, and pull yourself, pull your pants up, and move on. And also to give yourself those encouraging statements that you wish your parents told you when you were young, or that your other half told you, or that your kids tell you when they drop truth bombs. You have to be able to to lift yourself up, and I think that's what I mean by being your own rescue. The other way that I think about it is, to fill your own cup. Do you know what fills you up? Do you know what gives you joy and happiness? For me, I think there's two and three that, help me change my state. Is actually, I love to go swimming. Or, most recently I've been borrowing our friend's hot tub, and going in there, just relaxing in there, taking a dip, and it's just awesome to change your state. So whatever it is for you, know how you fill your cup, and know that the responsibility is on you to be your own rescue. Don't expect someone else to come and do it for you. That's your responsibility. So with that said, those are my three, self-care tips. Again, be your own rescue, fill your own cup, change your state, whether it be, mental, go watch some good videos, watching some great positive mentors, listening to different podcasts, watching a crazy movie, or even just changing your physical state by going to a different location, going out to nature. There's one thing called forest bathing that you got to try out. Going around where the sea breeze, or where the trees are just releasing oxygen. So for us, it'd be close to Central Park or any other park with a whole bunch of big trees. And the other thing is, talking to yourself in the mirror. That's real talk. There's no one else but you. So go and do that. Spend a little time with yourself. It's so easy just to spend time in front of a screen, or in front of a computer, or reach out to other people. But to have real self-talk, and to be self-care and self-reliant is such a big thing. So go talk to yourself in a mirror, and notice if it's saying good things or bad things. You definitely want to take those bad comments and examine them, and maybe even scratch them out and rewrite what is really true. All right? Those are my three self-care tips from Baymax. With 5 seconds left, we are getting out of here. Love you, and I